Brown v. Board of Education, 1954, was a landmark Supreme Court case in which the court unanimously ruled that racial segregation in public schools was unconstitutional. In a historic 9-0 decision, the court overturned the separate but equal doctrine established by Plessy v. Ferguson, 1896, declaring that separate educational facilities are inherently unequal. Following the Civil War and Reconstruction, many Southern states enacted a system of racial segregation known as the Jim Crow laws. These laws required Black and white Americans to use separate schools, transportation, restaurants, and other public facilities. Although these facilities were claimed to be equal, schools for Black children were often significantly underfunded and lacked the same educational opportunities and resources provided to white students. The case originated in Topeka, Kansas, where 13 African-American parents filed a lawsuit on behalf of their 20 children after they were denied admission to nearby white public schools. Their legal team was led by Thurgood Marshall, chief counsel for the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund, who would later become the first African-American justice on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court combined 5 separate school segregation cases into one decision. Writing for a unanimous court, Chief Justice Earl Warren concluded that state-sponsored segregation violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. The court explained that separating children solely because of their race generated a sense of inferiority that could negatively affect their educational. In reaching this conclusion and personal development, the court considered both constitutional principles and contemporary social science research. Because the original decision did not explain how schools should integrate, the Supreme Court issued a follow-up ruling in 1955, known as Brown 2. The court instructed school districts to desegregate with all deliberate speed, although implementation varied greatly across the country, and many districts resisted integration for years. Brown v. Board of Education became the legal foundation for challenging racial segregation throughout the United States. The decision strengthened the federal government's role in protecting constitutional rights and helped pave the way for major civil rights legislation, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Today, the case continues to shape American society. Its legacy can be seen in equal protection jurisprudence, anti-discrimination laws, educational policy, and ongoing debates about educational equality and racial segregation. Although legally mandated school segregation is unconstitutional, many schools continue to experience racial and economic segregation due to housing patterns and other social factors, making Brown's principles relevant more than 70 years later.